to the Skool Morning Show with Eric and Jenna. Hey, hey, hey.
That's right. Welcome to the Skool Morning Show with Eric and Jenna. We're here live on a Thursday, and we're talking about cohorts today. It's going to be a fantastic show. I do have to warn you, though. Jenna is very sleepy today. She's not going to tell you, but I can tell she's a little sleepy. And so we're going to still give it our all. But, have a little patience with us today. How are you?
Yeah. We're going to blame Shadow Eric for this.
Actually, you know what you need? Exactly. You need some coffee. Have you had coffee yet?
No.
Okay, that's the problem. That's the problem right there. But hey, how's everybody else doing? Are you feeling sleepy? You feeling excited? Let us know. Let us know how you're doing. If you go to the What is Skool community, free public community, go to the very top pinned post. It's called the Skool Morning Show, August 6th, 2026. If you comment there, I will throw your comment up on screen, and you'll be famous for the whole world to see. Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
Also, let's get this out of the way. Please help us. For the love of God, please help us. We need help. Someone throw me in an institution. I need so much help. Like this live stream. That would be really helpful. You could also subscribe to be lucky number
357.
Hold on. Did you just say 357?
Yes, 357.
You're not going to believe this.
You're right. I'm not.
357 is my favorite number.
Emotional damage.
And also,
every day.
share this. That would be the most helpful thing you could do. Share this to your best friend, the schooler that you talk to the most. Go to your DMs, look through it, and just start spamming it out to all your favorite people. Or send this to a schooler who is kind of short.
Or extremely tall.
Whoa.
The opposite. No
And then
average heights here, please.
No average heights, just short people, tall people, or someone you're friendly with.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we got that out of the way. That was fun. Oh, there's one more thing. We're adding so many new things. I keep forgetting. If you look at the pinned comment, it says, hey, you want to be in the official AI thumbnail for this replay? Reply to this comment with, yes, I was here live chilling with the Skool Morning Show. If you reply to that comment with that magic phrase, it has to be that magic phrase, nothing else, you could be in the thumbnail. Do we have yesterday's to show what we're talking about?
Here I am playing with all the sounds, and I'm like, oh, I probably should be getting yesterday's.
It's just, I think people have enjoyed this so far. The general feedback is that people like being in the thumbnail.
Yes.
They feel like they're a part of the show.
It is loading as fast as like molasses.
Someone is here says, should I like? Sure. Or dislike, whichever. Give us some feedback.
Yesterday we talked about the different languages.
Yes.
And so it looks like we're all dressed up German, but we also have chips and salsa. So,
Yes. Yeah, so yesterday Skool added Hispanic and Deutsch. I'm trying to think of like the other words for it. I don't know the correct terms.
German and Spanish.
That's it. That's the ones.
There we go. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm trying to translate now.
The only
That's
thing is they didn't make me rip this time. Dang it.
You don't know. Could be sleeper.
It could be.
bot
Sleeper
or
build.
whatever.
I do got a
Yeah.
sleeper build here. But we got our first comment. Let's bring it up. It says, hey, from Simone, what's the time with you guys? It is currently 9:17 here.
9:17 a.m.
Yep. It's early. Actually, I woke up like 4 hours ago, so it's not that early.
I was about to be like, it's not early for you. You are that morning person. And I like waking up early in the morning, but not lately. There's something going on. I don't know. We're going to blame the moon. We're going to blame Shadow Eric. I don't know what's going on, but
Blame this guy.
my little one, I've been trying to like get him back on a good sleep schedule. And I thought that I did that yesterday. And what he did was he actually woke up in the middle of the night. And I was like, oh, maybe it's like wake up, needs a drink of water or something. No,
Yeah.
he just wanted to sit there and be like, hey, I'm going to talk to you. And I'm like, about what? And he was like, oh, I just want to talk to you. And I'm like, okay, can you tell me what you want to talk about? And he was just like,
Anything.
just to you, just talking. And I'm like, no, let's go to bed, please. Yeah.
Honestly, same. But we're like two very different people today because I'm like, I got all the energy, you got none of it. But that's okay. You know, it balances each other out.
Yes.
Let's bring up this comment from Jesse. I like that the morning show starts at 4. So that's not really the morning show for you, is it? It's more like the after. I don't even know what it is.
You know what I think is interesting for cohorts is I think that a lot of people have different word names for it. Like I think some people use it as like they call it a challenge, and others use cohort, but it's basically a group of people that are focused on pretty like the same thing. Like they're going to be working on a similar I don't know what you call it, topic or I guess that's why they call it a challenge, like something that they're trying to overcome. They're trying to experience something and they're doing it within a time frame. That's the only difference. Is like a cohort, in my opinion. I've seen some people say that, I don't know if it's like is it a challenge or what is the other word that they use for it?
It sounds like they're in. It sounds like they're in cahoots. They're all in cahoots together.
Yeah, it's basically it's one common thing, and they're doing it within a time frame. They're trying to work towards the same purpose. To
They have like a similar goal.
Yeah, and you'll see people say they're running this, and they do multiple times. There's different time frames that they do it. I don't know if cohorts actually has like a general time frame. Let me see. Let's ask Google. Does
ask Google.
Cohorts
Define what cohorts are.
Cohorts have a specific time frame? That's one thing I've been wondering. They always rely on a specific time frame that you define beforehand, but it doesn't say like they always do a certain amount.
Well, for yours, it's going to be a specific time frame, so I guess it could be whatever we want it to be. Mm-hmm. Also, let me bring up this comment. Brian's, it's 9 p.m. over there in Thailand, I think.
I think
Brian
it's
likes
Thailand.
He likes going to the 7-Eleven, which I don't blame him. I also like 7-Eleven. And
And
Jennifer says
deciding if he's going to eat spicy food or not, because you can decide the packets.
I think you should eat spicy food. I think you should try a little harder. And then
I
Jennifer
think I should
says,
never.
right as you brought up my comment, my TV froze. I hope you had good things to say. Always. We like you being here. Mm-hmm. All right, back to cohorts.
You're our mushroom lady, just so you know. But yeah, so the cohorts basically, when you're trying to decide what you're doing, it's what's the outcome that everybody wants, like, so that you can gather the right group of people that want the same outcome, right?
Yes.
And then you're following a specific. Typically, there's some rules, or not rules, but like checkpoints along the way is what I would say. So, have you ever been a part of a cohort or a challenge? You think?
I've done a few challenges, but they were like more like self-guided challenges. It wasn't like, and that might be the difference between like a challenge and a cohort. It was they gave us a challenge and then you just kind of check in on like post or whatever. It wasn't like, it didn't have any accountability whatsoever with it.
Gotcha. There's been some cohorts that I have seen this is interesting. Like I've been looking it up and like researching them, but I feel like a challenge almost gives you what to do from what I've been seeing. Because here's the problem that I have with it is like when people are defining certain stuff, like they're saying this is a cohort, this is a challenge. You also, whether or not we look at the actual definitions, what are people actually using it in the day-to-day life, right? Because if we looked at back when Hormozy did the 100, is that a challenge or is that a cohort? In my opinion, that would be a cohort. And I think that the reason why I think it would be more of a cohort is because it is, you all have a similar goal. We all have, like, everyone was supposed to increase their MMR. They gave some guidelines, but they didn't actually hands on hold you and like tell you exactly what to do. They would guide you, but it was like you have this goal and you're going to go after it. And here's some things that we would recommend along the way. Right?
Was the other word you were looking for mastermind by chance?
No,
Okay.
there's another one, but I don't remember what. I don't think it matters either if I can't
It doesn't
remember.
matter. It doesn't matter. Why would someone want to do a cohort versus maybe just like taking a course or something?
One, have you ever had to build IKEA furniture?
I have. It's very frustrating.
Is it easier to do it with someone with you trying to read you the instructions or hand you the pieces that you need or guide you and help you understand what you're building? Or is it better to just do it on your own?
You know, a lot of those IKEA furniture instructions actually tells you that you need another person.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably easier.
I just realized that our banner is like all wonky. What the frick? Okay, there you go.
Just get rid of it. Get out of here.
Scram! So yeah, I would say that if you are the type of person that wants to work alongside somebody else, have somebody there for you, and while you're in the middle of it too, you could have things that pop up that you are blind to because you're in the middle of it too.
True.
Like the way that I like to describe it is the last time that I tried to build something from IKEA, I I had everything I thought was in place, but there was one piece that was behind me that I couldn't see.
That's the worst. So annoying.
Like it had fallen down and was behind, and I was like, I have all the pieces here. They're all laid out in front of me. And somebody in my family walked by and they were like, hey, is this the piece that you were looking for? Picked it up off the ground and handed it to me. If I was like in an apartment all by myself, nobody there to help me, I would have been like, okay, F this IKEA furniture, right? And then walked away and given up. I probably would have come back and seen the piece later, but I would have been ready to like throw the towel in completely and maybe destroy this IKEA furniture because no.
The worst part is when you get it completely put together and then you realize you had one tiny piece backwards and you have to take it completely apart and then
Yeah.
put it together. Oh my gosh, I can't.
Or you're at the end of it and you're like, why do I have so many extra screws?
Which you could say the same thing about, going through a self-paced course or something. You miss one tiny detail because you jumped ahead and then you're just messed up. You have to start over.
Or you think you did it right, and somebody from the outside perspective can say, hey, you actually have that flip backwards, right? So the reason why I like cohorts is that as long as you're willing to talk and share and show up, there's a lot of times that you have more eyes on what you're doing, and you also don't have to, and this is another part of just like entrepreneurship, you don't have to feel by yourself, right? And you don't have to feel by yourself trying to decide what should you be doing. Because even if you have a course that tells you what you should be doing, you still have to be the one that goes, oh yes, this is the correct time to do it, right?
Yeah.
In a job, I think some reasons why people really like 9 to 5 still, like, because for me, I can't wrap my mind around that. I cannot even truly comprehend why somebody would want a 9 to 5. But after talking to some people, it is because they don't have to guess what they should be doing.
They like the structure of it.
Yeah. And so the structure of a cohort allows somebody to go, okay, so this is what I should be doing. And if I follow these steps, I should get to the point B or really close to it,
Yeah. So how detailed is a cohort as far as hand-holding go? Is it like a lot of accountability, or is it the main person telling everybody what to do, or is it more like a mastermind where everybody's giving ideas and kind of helping each other out? Or can it vary?
I think it varies. And the reason why I would say it varies is like, one, you need to have the structure. Like, I don't believe you have a cohort unless you have the structure and you know what you're saying you should be doing, right? And the reason for that is you can't expect a bunch of people to come in here that don't know how to get to point B and then give advice. Imagine this. If Arden hears that, he's gonna
Picture
kill me.
this.
Is if you're in a space and let's say I'm trying to learn ads, right? I don't know how to run ads. And all these other people don't know how to run ads. And we're like, okay, well, let's figure this out together. And then somebody says like, well, let's just send this ad to everybody and we'll all click it to show Facebook that we want this ad. And we'll all just like keep sending this ad to each other so we all have people viewing it. That's not going to necessarily help if that's not your crowd, right? And there's a whole reason why not to do that. It's the same as if you are trying to build a channel and you're asking a bunch of people that you know to follow you if they have nothing to do with your target audience too. Like, you wouldn't want to grow an entire Instagram full of followers that are not your target audience just because they want to be friends with you. So I do think that you should have some kind of like information prior and the structure to tell people like, hey, even though it might seem friendly, it might seem encouraging to follow, that's not really going to help you get where you want to be, right?
Yep. It's going to hurt you, actually.
Yeah. All of a sudden, you spend all that time for nothing.
Yeah.
So for like running the cohort, I think you should have the structure in place and like advice and guidance. I don't think that you need to handhold it to where you're doing it for them, though.
Like, little tactically, like, how time intensive is it for the person running the cohort? Are they meeting with these people every day? Is it like maybe like once a week we get together to touch base? Like, how time intensive is it for everyone?
I think this is the part where it's like you can decide that, you know, for yourself and for your community. I think I would find it to be better to be once a week.
Yeah.
But daily, you're daily in the community and sharing stuff. But as far as like a call, something structured where you guys are talking, then it would be usually like once a week.
So maybe
I can give you an example, I believe.
That's what I was about to ask.
Is like, so I'm like, I can give you an example. I hope I can give you this example. I believe I can. So you know how we talked about like the community that's on my profile.
Mm-hmm.
That is, you know what we'll do? We'll do it this way.
Let's give it a code name.
I'm like, you know what I should do is I should just be like, yo, can I share just basic things? That's what I should do. That would be the smart way to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll do that later today. We're just gonna pull up this real quick and then share it on screen, and it's gonna take a million years because I'm switching back and forth between computers. FML.
Sorry,
Oh
I
my
had to.
gosh.
I had to.
Okay, so if you look, you can leave us up here.
Oh.
If you look on my memberships, the first one, I would consider that a cohort.
Okay.
And you even see the date on there. And so in there, the calls are weekly. Like, it's weekly, but people are posting daily, right? And they
Okay.
have things that they need to be doing. So, I think that Alex is kind of more into, I don't think that he would ever call what he's doing like as a challenge, right? I think he would just say, this is a cohort on this. And then for the rest of it, it's where they have the guidance and it's already structured like in the classroom.
Okay.
Like, it's
I was gonna
very
ask.
structured.
I was gonna ask you if like, does it have a course that goes with it, or are you just giving them the instructions on like day one, like the first call, and then you just gotta touch base from there?
No, like, they do have, like, the stuff to onboard people, right? But their classroom is very structured, and that is what I would tell other people. Like, if you're planning to run a cohort, go ahead and have the entire structure within the classroom. One of the things that I've always liked, especially like even in the 100, you remember like why I didn't sign up for the 100 when Alex did it?
Yes.
For people that don't know, there used to be a community called Skool Games, and in the Skool Games, there is the 100 that Alex decided to run, and he had offered it to all the school owners inside Skool Games to apply. And the main thing was like, you have to hit these goals. The point is to help you make more money. I would say that this is like what he's doing now is like probably the version that he learned would be even better. Like, he's learned from doing that past one to make this better one.
That's what I was gonna ask
And-
you about. That it seems like when he's done these, he has like rules. And I've seen that with other cohorts. Like, if you're not following the rules of the cohorts, if you're not hitting your goals, then you are gone. And that kind of adds a little bit more to it that makes you want to do it.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. And when I was talking with my community about like the different ways that we're going to be running this cohort, I did not get to announce it because yesterday was temper tantrum day, apparently.
I get it.
And there was no way I was making a video with that background noise of the temper tantrum. Could you imagine? It's the final meltdown. And so I would say that you can be strict in that sense, like have those rules. But what we were talking about is like, I would rather see more rewards. And you do see more rewards with the stuff that Alex is doing. But it also is, you like, obviously Skool's even doing it where it's like platinum or, the trophies and all of that. I would almost call, do you think, I kind of feel like Skool Games in itself was kind of like a cohort. Like, hey, everybody, we have the same goal of like increasing your MRR and you get
There's a
trophies and then
reward
we're
at the
gonna,
end, yeah.
yeah.
I see that.
So similar, but not as structured, I don't think.
So you think rewards are better than consequences as far as...
You want to know the punishments we were thinking about? So we came up with some cool rewards, and we're going to have those, but we decided no punishment. And the only thing that I thought could actually motivate an entrepreneur to not lose was that, like, it doesn't mean that you have to do that, like, that you have to actually follow through and, like, say yes to something. But it was fill out as many, like, 9 to 5 resumes and actually go on an interview. You don't have to say yes if they accept you or they want to hire you, but you have to go see what it would be like to actually need to have a 9 to 5. Like, you have to go through that process because it's horrible.
Good luck even getting an interview these days.
Yeah. And, like, it's horrible. It's painful. But my thing is, like, it doesn't harm you to be good at an interview, right? But the problem that, like, came up with, like, why not to do that? Because, like, I'm not going to ban people or kick them out. And that's what, like, Alex usually does. Is he's like, if you don't hit this marker, we're going to kick you out.
Yeah, he's a little
Right?
intense sometimes.
He's definitely more intense than I am. Which I think is not a bad thing.
Crush the cockroaches. What he's...
There's something like that on that. Make him an example. Pin the cockroach so all the other cockroaches know not to come around.
It's like, chill out, bro.
Like, damn. But yeah, like when you go to the platinum thing and you read just the about page, which anybody could see, it says stakes. Don't hit 10K month. By month 3, we kick you out. I didn't want to be like that. Not that it's a bad thing, you know, right? But it was, I wanted something that was like a little bit more chill. But the problem would happen is if somebody is doing a cohort and they start falling behind and then they're like, oh, I don't want to do the punishment. Let me just vanish. They
Yeah.
ghost.
Yeah.
They turn into, Shadow Eric.
It's true.
You know?
You don't want to turn into Shadow Eric.
Yeah.
I mean, but the whole point of it is so the members of your cohort actually get results. So whatever it takes.
Yeah. So I think one of the things that I think about is what is something that's going to be encouraging? Like, what's a goal that people actually want? Because, there's a lot of times that we talk to owners and they'll try to create a cohort or a challenge or something, and it's not it's based off of like what they think is good or what they're interested in, but usually they're a few steps ahead of your people.
Yeah.
Right? And so sometimes it doesn't align. It's like, I don't even think people are going to want that. There's a flip side, right? Where it's like, well, this is what the people need. And if you can find a place where you meet in the middle, that's even better. So like when Alex was doing the 100, it was like, did people really want to put in all the effort that it takes to increase their MRR? And I think what we was found out by that was that not everybody does.
Yeah.
Right?
Not everybody can be winners.
So it's better to find people that are already willing to do what it takes to get there, right?
Yeah. Would you say you need like one big goal if you were to run a cohort, or should it be like different things? Or should it just be everyone's working toward this one thing?
I think it's hard to answer that depending on what type of people you have. Like if you have, let's say somebody was running like a weight loss cohort thing, and they would probably call it a challenge because that's what usually goes better on like social media and stuff.
True.
But if they were running a cohort or a challenge, they probably could say like, we're going to lose 10 pounds in 10 weeks or whatever, right? That would be easy for the person that is also like super overweight, because it's easier to lose weight when you have a lot. And then it would also work for it. Like, I think 10 weeks should be okay for even people that don't have a lot to lose and they're just more toning up, right?
Yeah.
And is 10 pounds like even the right goal? Because maybe they're going to gain weight because they're going to muscle up,
True.
But so it might even be more like inches. But most people are not going to look. You got to think about like what's actually going to work online. People would flock to like lose 10 pounds, but lose 2 inches around your waist. People are going to be like,
It's not as
don't fully
exciting.
understand that, because not very many people measure their waists, right?
I've never once measured my waist.
So you might lead with 10 pounds, but you might also be like, some of the goals are you're going to either lose 10 pounds or then 2 inches. So you could define it more, right? But I think that's the thing, is that you can have goals that are pretty similar, where as long as the people are following the same path of like what you said to do on the cohort, they at least get to what their end goal desire thing would be. So, for example, because what I'm about to be releasing in mine is like what I realized was growth. Like, it doesn't matter if you really want to work with Growth Boost, the cover photos, the packaging, the about page, those are all things that are really important. That's the packaging part, that is like, you need to have that. They've already said you need to have that. But it doesn't matter if you have that if you are not driving traffic yourself at all. Like, they've also said, like, what's Growth Boost going to boost if you don't have anything? Like, there's nothing to boost because you don't have people coming, right?
Yeah.
So, if that's the case, then they really need to focus on doing the thing that nobody has been wanting to do, which is actually going out there and creating content and getting traffic. Like, I get it. And even that's where, like, Sam has said, he's like, I didn't want people having to learn how to use all this stuff. And that's really great that he doesn't want that for them. And we're seeing Growth Boost work for some people that have just like the perfect niche right now, right? Or their perfect good idea or concept. But
Those are the outliers, I would say.
yeah, those are the outliers. But the problem is like for the other people that create something, it might be a good idea or concept or whatever, but they're not getting seen. They don't even have enough to know if their packaging or their about page is good because they're not getting enough traffic for it to actually be a test. I think I've said this before. I've heard so many people saying they're going to test Growth Boost out, and I'm like, test it how? Like, what have you done that's differently that would even provide results that are accurate, right? Like, so if you tell me you're testing Growth Boost, but you're not doing anything to get traffic to it on your own, then
It's not boosting anything.
full of baloney.
It's
sandwiches.
not boosting. It's not boosting nothing. But we got a question here
Yes.
from our good friend, Arton. Thoughts on letting
Thoughts
people
on
in
letting
between
people in
cohorts?
between cohorts? No, they can wait.
There you go. They can wait.
That is one of the things that I really like that Skool did was that you can close the doors on something now as far as a community. So you could run cohorts and people could have to wait to get in.
Have a waiting list. I like it.
Like for me, like we know that I did my soft launch and I was gonna start releasing like as soon as I get back from my son's birthday, and then I was gonna release my like actual community, but I decided I'm gonna run this cohort instead first, which is gonna go into the end of October. And I was like, nope, I don't want new people joining in at this time, because I'm gonna basically I'm not gonna close the doors, but I'm gonna say you're not in the cohort kind of thing, and that's gonna be an interesting thing to see how that works. Is like, can you still run a community and a cohort at the same time?
You're about to test it. But what happens if you
Yep.
don't get enough people into a cohort to actually make the cohort work? And also, bonus question: how many people would you say would needs to make up a cohort?
I mean, it's nice to have more people because there's gonna be people that fall off, right? Like, I think the 100 had 100 people.
Right. So I was called the one.
You know, I think that you can do it with more people. We saw when they did platinum the first time, it was like there was over 1,000 people in there,
Oh wow.
and then it started. Let me look.
It didn't last super long.
Well, no, it's not that it's over either.
Oh, thought it was over.
Nope. There's 854 people in there now. So like, there's people not like you're gonna lose numbers, right?
A good bit they lost.
And that's probably like you can figure out why that happened. But I would say like let's say somebody's first starting out, right? Or I'm just going to use myself as an example because it's the easiest way. I don't care if I only get 5 people in there. I'm still going to run it because it's like I'm doing a cohort that I'm going to participate in actively, right?
Yeah, it's going to help you as well.
Something that something that's slowing me down is like freaking learning this stupid MacBook. Ugh. Yeah. I'm not happy about that, but I knew I needed it. And if 5 people join it and then like 2 people fall off, that's a them thing, you know? I'm still going to show up and still keep doing it. I'm going to learn things by making myself go through it. And I believe that you could do it with like at least one other person. Even if that's like a very small cohort, it's not going to necessarily make you the most money, but you will learn it if you're actively doing it. And that person is actively doing it, you can take those lessons and get those results and still share them, even if it's your own results. So if you don't get enough people into the cohort and people are asking like, hey, can I jump in? You have to make the decision. Are you ready to let like one person in that might be a person that's not going to follow through all the way, might derail you and whoever else is in there. So to me, it's not worth it. Like they need to start at the beginning.
Makes sense. Can I ask you a question that's going to piss you off?
Sure.
Would you say this is the same thing as having an accountability buddy?
No. I don't believe in accountability buddies. I don't think that's smart.
Which is why I knew it was going to piss you off.
Yeah, no, accountability buddies is where you now feel responsible for them showing up and them getting results. Like, I'm your accountability buddy. Where are you? What did you do? Did you do what you said you would do? Versus me going, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and I'm going to show up with the entire group. And if one person falls off that cohort, it's not affecting me. If my accountability buddy falls off, then yeah, you might end up having somebody quit themselves, right?
Yeah.
That's too much pressure. Like, I need people to start focusing more on themselves. You're also giving them like an outside person, an outward person, to feel like I just don't think it works long term. I don't think that you're going to get the results you need.
I'm going to bring up this comment. Eric is my emotional support accountability buddy. Well, I hope it's Shadow Eric, because I'm not very good at helping people with their emotions. I'll just be like, hey, toughen up, bro.
That is why I said I don't think I would ever be really good for a hotline. Because, like, I do care, but then sometimes you hear certain people's things and it triggers the side of me that I'm like, just toughen up, you know? And I'm like, that is not what people need to hear when they're in their most, like, I don't need to hear that when I'm having a meltdown, right?
No.
So, yeah, emotional support buddy. I will lend you a teddy bear.
I'll hug you.
I will not hug you, but that is because touching people. That's where you know, like, I definitely have ADHD.
Any other thoughts on cohorts?
I think one thing we didn't talk about is, like, should you charge for them?
Oh, yes. Should you charge for cohorts?
Yes and no. There you go. There's the answer.
Oh, perfect.
Now you have no clarity at all.
I love how every answer is, it depends.
Depends. I, like, for example, did anybody have to pay to be in the 100? No, right? People that are running the 100 now, Aiden and Kirby, they do charge people to be in it. So I think that there is more skin in the game if people do have to pay for it, or if there is a stake. So if I'm not, I think that's part of where the whole, like, consequence thing comes from. Like, would I rather have my cohort be paid, or would I rather have, like, really deep consequences for it to not go through, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I just would rather go the paid route of one. But I think as you get started with your first one, because it's still a concept on whether or not a cohort format works for this, kind of like when they did the 100, like, that was a format they weren't sure was going to work or not, right? And then they had to take lessons from that and, like, create something better. I think that you could charge less.
Or be publicly shamed.
Yeah. You imagine that was the offer. It's like, here, you can pay to be a part of the cohort, or you can agree that you will be publicly shamed if you don't follow through.
Which I think that was the original one. I think it was something about being publicly shamed.
Well,
many
Alex
years ago.
said that he would hate you for the rest forever. And
That's
I was
what
like,
it
well,
was.
that's not.
That's even worse.
I'm not willing to be hated forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not do that.
What do you think? Because you haven't been a part of one. If you found something that was, like, exactly what you wanted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pat Flynn decided to start a cohort.
He may have before, actually.
Would you want it to have public shaming involved?
No. Pat Flynn would never publicly shame anyone. Have you seen the guy?
Okay, but come on. Pat Flynn and Alex Hormozy teamed up, okay? Would you be part of it if you had to endure public shaming if you didn't
No.
follow through? No?
I don't
Would
think
you pay
so.
for it though?
Yeah.
How long do you think it should be?
It depends what it is, but I would if I don't know how long cohorts normally are, but my best guess would probably be like 90 days, like 60 to 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
That's my guess. I actually don't know. A year? How long do you think they should be?
I think we see people do different things. I've seen 6 weeks. I've seen 30 days. I've seen 90 days. I've seen 60 days. I think anything over 90 days is too much.
Yeah.
But I do think that 90 days would be the max. I've seen 75 days, like, 75-day hard thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a cohort.
It is. It is kind of, yeah. Maybe I should do that.
So I think I would rather not. I'm like, no. Do you think you have the attention span for something that long?
No. I don't. I really
So
don't.
how do you help people when attention spans are smaller?
That's a great question. Because you can't force them to pay attention.
You're like, I'm going to make you look at the screen and obey. Like, no, that's not going to happen.
Publicly shame them. They don't.
Yeah, I mean, so like for an owner, it's a lot of thinking that they have to go through, and like, how do I do this? How do I motivate people when external motivation doesn't always work, right? But can I even get them internally motivated? I think that this is a good answer. Small stair-stepping tasks with immediate payoffs. I don't know why I read it like that.
Rewards.
Yeah, I think that one of the best ones that we saw, but it was called a challenge, was when Matthew Thompson did the scream time. Not scream, screen. Daily
All right, guys,
scream.
it's scream time. Let everybody get together. Let's scream.
We need the sound for that. Where is it?
Daily scream time.
Anyways, he did that, and he did it in, like, he talks about like the dominoes, like you're adding these dominoes. So I think that you have to start where they would have those wins. So like, for example, if I was to say, there's a difference between me having a one-on-one client and saying, all right, if this is your goal and you want to get to this goal, then you're gonna have to like jump straight out the gate running, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's different. Like on a one-on-one client, I can say that. With a cohort where it's a bunch of people, I'm going to say, hey, you haven't been doing this at all. So rather than running straight out the gate, why don't we just start walking? And then we're going to pick the pace up a little bit. And then, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you kind of build on top of each day or week.
Yeah, because they do need to they need to build up the belief that they're going to be able to do it too.
So don't start off full speed ahead.
Yeah, that would be very difficult for some people.
Everyone will crash and burn, and then it'll be.
And then we will be sad, and we will be publicly shaming people for not being able to run when they haven't even been walking.
That's sad. That is sad.
I think that we could go more into it, and maybe Monday we should talk about, like, because since I did not get to announce it like I planned with all the details yesterday.
For your cohort.
Yeah, we can go over, like, I don't mind sharing, like, the actual details of mine.
So come back Monday for cohort part 2.
Yeah. And you're going to be having a community soon, right?
That's right.
Are you going to do anything, or is it like a challenge or a cohort, or are you going to just be straight
Probably not.
community?
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do anything like that.
I think what would be cool is, as you're starting it out, to just share, like, why are you doing it the way that you're doing it? Like, when you were thinking through if you were going to do a challenge or something like that, why did you just choose to do it this plan? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that is a good question.
Because it's not just good for like people that are listening or people that might be considering it. It's also good for you to look back onto.
Yeah. Document.
Yeah, boy.
Even your
And
failures.
mine, like I can explain right now. The reason why I'm going to do a cohort style is because I know this is something I need to do myself, right? And the other part of me is like, I don't mind showing up and showing that I'm a part of it, but I'm definitely not going to make people do it. Like, if people want to do it, they need to find that motivation within themselves because I am not pushing a mule up a hill.
Yeah.
So,
Can I say one funny thing? I was listening to an Alex live the other day,
mm-hmm.
and he was asking this lady, he's like, okay, why are you doing this? Like, why did you start this business? And she said, but my goal is I want to help as many ladies as possible. And then Alex said, okay, then why don't you just do it for free? It basically called out her BS. It's like, you're not doing this out of the kindness of your heart. That might be part of it, but that's not your actual reason.
Yep, exactly.
Money.
Yeah, and I'm like, I think that the people have this thing where they don't want to admit some things. They almost feel like, because they might have those money mindset beliefs where like money is like not a good thing or rich people are not a good thing or whatever, right? And it's not helpful because money is not a bad thing, right? Like you being able to pay your own bills and not suffer, that's a great thing. It's one less person that needs help or is going to be farther away from having a crisis kind of moment. You know, like how many people, and this is like super morbid, but I don't care. How many people actually have already had paid for their funeral?
That is very morbid.
Like how, but I mean, like if something were to happen, it still costs to die.
God, we can't get out of anything, can we?
Right. I'm like, there's things where we would still have to do it. And do you want your family to have a GoFundMe to bury you, right? Or them pay it out of their pockets?
Gosh.
So, you're welcome. You got the not really awake me.
It's ending on such a negative note.
Well, I'm just saying, like, money is going to be something that you need to have. And rather than tiptoeing around going, like, should I have money or should I not have money? Like, or should I do this for free? Or I really want to help people. It's like, I want to help people, but I also want to be paid my worth, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm also spending my time here. Like, I could be spending time with my kid. I'd rather be with my kid, like, most of the time. Like, for some people, it would be, I want to be able to be a stay-at-home parent, or I would like to be able to make my spouse a stay-at-home parent. So we get to have more time with our loved ones rather than just making, like, rich people richer, you know? Like, why can't we do that for ourselves? And I think that there's two motivations for me. It's like the internal one. It's like, I want to make sure that my kids never have to suffer or they don't have to rely on, like, I would never want them to have to be in a situation where they have to be in a shitty job. I don't want them to have shitty roommates or something. Like, that's some of the things that I've seen in the world. So that is what I'm working towards, that they wouldn't have to. They would have the opportunity to do more things. I also don't want to ever be like that version of a burden where I would need somebody to do something for me because I couldn't do it for myself.
Yeah.
So there's those different things, and just being able to like have the reality of it. I would rather that be the case, you know?
Yeah, I've always
Like,
said
just
that
face it.
my ceiling is my kid's floor. Like, that's my only goal in life, is I want my children to be ahead of where I was.
Yeah.
And I don't want to lead
Which
them. I don't want them.
cracks
I don't
me
want
up.
them being at my floor.
Yeah. Alex just mentioned this, you know, on a live, and it cracks me up too because, like, you know how many people like crap on it being so easy for, it's so easy for Gen Zers, or they don't have to, there's AI and they don't have to even do as much. And I'm like, isn't the whole goal, like, we've, as the generations before, been trying to make it easier for the next generation, or
Yeah.
leave this better for the next people, and now we're complaining about it.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yep.
And it is not
that's what we were
easier.
trying to
There
do.
is more stress, to be honest. But
Yep.
that's a whole nother topic. Do you have a song that we could do a live reaction to?
I do. I've not listened to it, so like always, I never actually listened to it before we play it. So let's see how it turned out. How about it? Oh, I
Sounds
want to
good.
remind everyone that if you want to be part of the thumbnail, if you go to the What is School top comment, you'll see the top pinned comment there. It says, yes, I was here live chilling with the School Morning Show. Reply with that secret code that I was here chilling with the live School Morning Show. And you too can be part of the thumbnail, but you have until the end of this song to do it. And then we're going to make the thumbnail. We're locking it in. So here we go.
The school morning show talking about cohorts. Did you send this to your best friend or a schooler who is short? We are gonna grow, making lots of content. If you don't do it, your community will be silent. Talking with all of y'all has been a fun show, but sadly now it is time for us to go. Come back tomorrow for a schoolers recap. See what happened school this week. Alright, that's a wrap. If you don't show up, you will be publicly shamed.
You'll be publicly shamed. Bye.
Bye.